Hi, I'm Erel Pilo. We're standing in New York City's East Village. I'm at the downtown P.S.122 Gallery, and we're about to take a look at the photography of Salma Khalil. So let's go take a look. I'm here with the lovely and talented Salma Khalil, and we're going to take a look at her exhibit here. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
So tell us how you got started in photography.
Well, I went to the George Washington University in D.C. and studied journalism there. And my freshman year, the advisor just put me in a ceramics class just to get my art credits out of the way. And I really loved it, and I stuck to it. But since the art department's really small there, since it's a very political school, I ran out of classes to take, and I really loved that expressivity that I could play with. And I decided to take a photo class, and I loved it and stuck to it from there.
So you got to photography in this sort of roundabout way, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how does your past relate to your photography?
Well, it kind of all does. I grew up all over the Middle East. My parents moved around a lot, and we didn't really stay in one place very long. And because of that, I don't really know a lot of my family, and I've lost touch with a lot of friends, and I'm trying to reconnect with everybody from my past. Like I was saying, I'm creating memories and creating those memories that I didn't have growing up.
Let's talk a little bit about this exhibit. It's called Journey, and I wonder why you picked that name for it.
I had to travel to meet all these people. I had to travel to Canada to meet cousins. I had to travel to Egypt to see my mom and my sister and grandparents, and Dubai to see my dad. So it's kind of really a journey to see everybody.
We're going to talk a little bit about your photos. Who is this in here?
Oh, this is called Cousins. They're my cousins, actually, in Toronto, Canada. I went to my cousin's wedding there last summer, and I'd never met these cousins before, but they were all really excited that, oh, we have a cool artist cousin who lives in New York, and we fit right in with each other, which was amazing.
This seems more moody than some of your other works. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, this is at my sister's beach house outside the suburbs of Alexandria, Egypt, and I hadn't seen it in almost 10 years. And I went back in September, and to see all these jars almost in the same way that they were then, things never change, you know? It's like your relationship with your family and friends, no matter how long it's been. It's kind of that sadness to also reconnecting with people who you wish you had always had in your lives.
What can you tell us about this piece?
This is at my sister's house in Alexandria, Egypt. This was a new environment for me, and it's interesting because people don't really hang their clothes out to dry here, and I grew up with that. We didn't have a dryer till I was here in college.
So who is this?
That's my dad. I visited him in Dubai for the first time in 4 years.
This is actually sort of unusual, I feel, for your photography to have a face in frame.
Yeah, it's pretty intimate too. I mean, he didn't obviously know that I was taking it. What's interesting is my dad lives in Dubai, and this is in an emirate near Dubai called Fujairah. They're building it up to be this crazy hotspot tourist destination. It's this dichotomy of culture and nature, and then all this artificial Las Vegas type 7-star hotels and indoor ski resort in the middle of the desert.
So where are we?
We're in Chicago, actually. I've taken you around the world. I've taken you to Dubai, to Chicago, to Toronto, and to Egypt. And this is actually one of my high school friends that I knew in 10th grade, and I was at her bachelorette party weekend because she was getting married, and I hadn't talked to her in a really long time. And originally I was going to stick to family, but I think this trip opened my eyes up, and I figured, you know what, friends can be your family, and it speaks of that loss. I think it was a dark day, and I did lose her friendship for many years, but it was gained again.
Can you talk a little bit about your past series and then how you feel this work is different?
Sure. I guess I consider that I have 3 main bodies of work, and one of them I did for my thesis show at Pratt Institute, and it essentially came from my struggle with depression, and I wanted to find other people who struggled with mood disorders and photograph them. And another body of work I worked on before that, I was in a place where I was confused about relationships with men that I was in, and it was a time where I was away from my father for so long, and I was trying to find a substitute for that friendship, and so I photographed men that I was involved with and kind of explored my sexuality.
So it seems like photography for you is a healing process or a healing art.
Yeah, it is. It's expressing yourself is so freeing, and I feel like if I couldn't express myself, I don't know what I would do.
Well, I just want to thank you, Salma, for sharing with us so much of your personal life and your work.
Thank you.
I'm so glad we got to see Salma's show and talk with the artist herself. From the East Village in New York, I'm Erel Pilo, and I'll see you next time. Bye.